So if you're like me, you've been seeing a lot about the TrimUI Brick. Could it be? I feel like 1 in every 5 of my recommended videos has been about this thing, and I might be super late to the party, but let's figure out what this thing is about. Let's crack it open here. So evidently I already opened this when it came in the mail at some point, but I completely forgot about that. So slightly inauthentic unboxing experience, but look at that. That's a tiny boy. It's so cute. There's like my palm. Look at that thing. It's so little. Let's pull out the accessories here. We got our USB-C cable. We've got alternate bumpers. Those changeable bumpers, that's sick. Multiple sets of alternate bumpers, wow. Either they think I'm gonna wear through the bumpers, or it's just weirdly customizable back there. These look a little rounder than what's in there. I think I like that. And that's all in the box. So I guess it has a 3.2-inch IPS display with a 1024 by 768 res, meaning it's a sharp 405 ppi, which should help games look pretty crisp and vibrant. And I guess, yeah, that is a nice metal plate back here, because it feels really sturdy even though it's so small. It doesn't feel dinky like my Pow Kitty. Buttons here are, yeah, very tactile and responsive, but not like clicky, nowhere near like the OG Anbernic SP vibes. But I can definitely feel, as I roll the D-pad, I can feel each corner getting clicked there. That's nice. And one of its claim to fame is it is highly pocketable, which I believe, but let's do a test here. Okay, pocket test. 1, 2, 3. No problem. Okay, let's boot this thing up and see what it's got going on. Got that Surwish OS. You'll remember that from when we reviewed the TrimUI Smart Pro kind of PSP looking handheld. Ooh, glowing, I was gonna say teal, but multicolor buttons there. That's sick. And games, none. Okay. Menu. Oh, it's got the whoop whoops. Yeah, we don't want any whoop whoops. Let's turn that off immediately before I commit a crime. There's a bit of a learning curve to this OS, but remember, yeah, the bumpers cycle through. Okay, I'm cycling I'm all to the right. Okay, yeah, so that's favorites to recent to games to apps to netplay to settings. Okay, cool. And so let's shimmy on down to volume. Nope. System. Good gravy. Let me turn off the beeping sounds. Is it under theme? Theme? Nope. That's nice. Color temperature. Love when there's color temperature settings so I can play at night and not burn my eyeballs and screw up my REM cycle. Thank you for that. Ebook reader. Much needed. I'm not going to find our answer in there. Moonlight and Portmaster are our beloveds. Okay, so we're officially giving up on turning off the whoop whoops. Maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe someone in the comments will let me know. Also, riddle me this. Why send me a 1/4 terabyte micro SD card with just the operating system on it? That baffles me. But it's clear that we need some games on here, so let's add some. Alright, so that was going to be a magical transition between a no ROMs device and a ROMs device. Turns out that SD card was supposed to have ROMs on it, but it is super corrupted. I've been messing with it for a while. I tried to put the SD card directly in my computer. I tried to connect the TrimUI Brick to my computer in data mode, and that was the closest I got to seeing the folder structure, but when I went into any folder that had files in it, it would throw me an error saying it's inaccessible, and then when I tried to format the card, it just started getting weirder and weirder, so I think that 256 gig is dead, but I found an 8 gig in the bottom of my desk drawer, and so we're just going to format that to FAT32 so that we can get an operating system on here, and for that I chose to go with StockMix, which is a tweaked version by the community of the original stock firmware for the Brick. We do have other options like MinUI, which I know a lot of you like and maybe one day I'll try, as well as Newly Firefly or regular stock. And if you want to see me try any of those out on this handheld in the future, let me know in the comments. But for now, I'm going to try StockMix so I can get that sort of vanilla plus experience, because I would like to experience this handheld as it was mostly intended by the manufacturer, with those community fixes to make it a little bit better. And so apparently all we have to do is format this card to FAT32, which Windows lovingly made very difficult, so I just used my good old mini tool partition wizard free, format it to FAT32, and now we just need to take this base set of files for the stock firmware, copy it over to the root of the SD card, and then once that's done, we'll just copy the modified StockMix files over top of that, and we should be good to go. Okay, that all finished transferring. Refresh, please. Oh yeah, just did the Windows 11 update. There we go. It got there. All right, so now we take all the StockMix stuff and copy it over top of the OG stock stuff. Let's see how quickly that goes this time. Go, buddy. Go, buddy. I believe in this 10-second estimate. Don't you uptick. 15. No. Brutally lied to. Replace, please. Excellent. And now we just need to make this ROMs folder not empty by some means. And there we go. Now we're ready to pop this guy back into the brick and see what we got. Okay, our SD card is in here. Let's power this up. And we should have a pretty different experience this time. Cool. Still got the Sirwish splash screen, our fancy button lights, and this already looks better. We see games. Oh, there's the whoop whoops. Oh, actually, that's a lot of folders. A lot of these are empty. So, oh, is it going to scan every time I open this? That's not cool. I want to see what I have. Anyway, recent favorites. We'll figure this out. Apps has a lot. Oh, remove click. Is that what we're looking for? Is that something added by the remix because people had an outcry that they couldn't turn off the whoop whoop? Moment of truth. Is there whooping? Oh ho ho ho. Praise the Lord. Thank you to whoever added that button and made it the first thing you see when you're in the apps. Remove click. That's worth the whole enchilada right there. Stop background music. Start up recent, start up faves. Restore click. Sort favorites. Max CPU, LED battery, file manager, boot logo, user guide, RetroArch. Wonderful. Seeing a lot more useful stuff in here than before. And I think in the settings you can refresh ROMs. And hopefully by doing so, it will hide the folders that don't have ROMs and only show me the ones that do. Nope, still see all possible consoles. Let's see, does menu give me anything else about that? Edit? Huh, well I can just turn off consoles I'm not using, so that is a thing, which I might just do because this is going to drive me absolutely batty. I didn't bring over all my Game & Watch titles. Okay, that's much tidier. StockMix Dark. Oh yeah, that matches the black handheld nicely. We'll run with that. Anyway, we should play a game. Let's start with some GBA, because I feel like this is just going to look beautiful on this screen, and I want to play The Incredibles for GBA, because, I don't know, nostalgia. RetroArch. This is mapping in as an Xbox 360 controller, apparently. Turn off the music so Disney don't get unhappy. Ooh, that's looking crispy. Ooh, that's looking crispy. Hello. Hello. Press start. Hello. Hello. Do I have to map it? Okay, so controls, port 1, RetroPad, start. Should be start, right? Still can't press start. Okay, so let's get out of here. Oh, shoot. No buttons work now. Aw, man. That button works to change this color. Oh, I am changing something when I press that. Okay. So there's a problem with me. Okay, so press this blue. Press this orange. Purple. Blue. Orange. Purple. I feel like one of the... Wait. Idiot, those are buttons. I don't know what these are, but those are the... Oh. I've been watching the colors. I always expect my start and select buttons to be down here. These are the start and select buttons. Good gracious. Okay, so what are these again? Let me go to the manual that I threw away immediately. Okay, the manual straight up says that those are your select and start buttons, and that these are just your F1, F2 keys. So how was I to know? I figured menu, select start, that makes sense to me. These are like for funsies, for bonuses, like fast forwarding and stuff. But for some reason, these down here do things, like changing the lights for some reason. And these up here are the start and select. So I'm cool with that, but that that really threw me off. Also, another question, USB-C. This one says it's for DC in the manual, for charging. This one for data. But then elsewhere in the manual, it says when you want to plug it in your computer, plug the bottom port into your computer for data. And then it says to not use one of them for data and wait, one is only power, but they both seem to respond to power, at least the bottom. I don't know. Anyway, that was a long sidetrack. So let's get back into here and let's boot this up with a emulator I know a little more, which is MGBA. We're gonna press this start button. Look at us sail through these menus now. Freaking ridiculous. Mr. Incredible exists. Okay. And we are finally actually playing a game. All it took was a corrupted SD card, a confusing control scheme, and user error to take about an hour to get to this gameplay experience, and I will punch the snot out of this tree. Best part is the jump kick. Jump kick. Jump kick. Ultimate punch. It's incredible. If we take him out now, there's a lot less going on in Acts 2 and 3. To lunch. Okay, obviously GBA is running super well on this because we're rocking the all-winner A133P CPU, which is 1.8 gigahertz, and a gig of LPDDR3 RAM. And so I'm not really concerned about Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, SNES. I am curious about N64, PS1, PSP, so let's bump it up a notch. And if you watch this channel, you know that I like testing it out on Smash Bros. Because there's a lot of textures, things going on very fast. And so by default, we're using Mupen 64 Plus next. Good sign. Usually where we get some dips here. I don't see any texture artifacting. Oh, could it be? Am I actually getting an out-of-the-box, buttery smooth N64? Oh, let's go, bud. Let's go, bud. I'm not seeing warped textures. I'm seeing the most subtle of drop frames. Let's kick this into gear. First, let's get some FPS going here. Display frame rate. Hey, there we go. Now, obviously, one of the drawbacks in this guy is we don't have an analog stick, but look at that. They already mapped our D-pad as an analog stick, which is just wonderful. Give me normal. I'm going to keep hitting that button. Arguably should remap it. All right, let's go lunk. 53, 52. If we're at 52 on load-in, then this is silky. Oh, this feels super good. This is basically 60 on this cute little device. I'm understanding what some of the hype is about now. Let's wind up a punch here. Oh, I have one. I'm like disappointed that the round is over. Oh, here we go. Classic DK versus Team Yoshi. Let's go, buddy. We are just going to get away with some ground pounding for a while because these guys, yeah, you just breathe on them and they apparate. Also, I don't think I have anything mapped to my C stick. So these are just unmapped buttons right now. Oh, one of them is armed. He's armed. Yeah, clap. Clap. I am super impressed. I actually didn't have this good of an experience with 64 emulation out of the box on the TrimUI Smart Pro. I need to check right now. TrimUI Smart Pro. Is this the same CPU? All-winner A133P. Yeah, it's the exact same chip. So big kudos to the StockMix for tweaking that. Loving that very much. So let's head out to exit game. Oh yeah, and then they have their little save states in here, which I really like that feature. Very user-friendly. And a little friendly net play shortcut there too, so. I always get really confused with the TrimUI interface for like the first half an hour, and then I remember what it's supposed to be doing and then really love it. So that's exactly what we have going on here. Okay, let's do the more demanding of these two, Disney Pixar's A Bug's Life. This is one of those VHSs that my brother and I watched way too often. And then we had the PS1 game to boot. Yeah, this aspect ratio is super nice for this age of game. Yeah, no black bars at all. Beautiful. Now this game, if it looks like it's a bit clunky, that's just how this game is. That's the charm of this game, I think. I think that's how this game is supposed to be. Dot seems to say I should go this way. Oh, I just take this guy out and his brother. I honestly don't remember that part. That's just game design. The crazy thing is no one is our enemy yet. The grasshoppers are not here. So Flick on level 1 in the basically tutorial level is just taking out fellow bugs for his own personal excursions? What? Oh, I just jump on it. Okay. Bouncy. Wow, I feel as confused as I did when I was 5, and that B is as ominous as then as well. So, janky Disney dropship title aside, apparently I could have cared a lot more about the bonus material, but there we are. Smooth 60, PS1, huge pass, awesome job. Both the Brick and Swiss Mix. Dang it, StockMix. I am never going to get that right. Other big hitters we need to test are PSP, which did not run super buttery smooth out of the box in our TrimUI Smart Pro initial run through. Ooh, okay, that's weird. We're a little off center here. We're in PPSSPP, and yeah, our aspect ratio is a bit wonk. So I think that's something that has to be changed at like the config file level to like tell it to squish. I don't really care to scrunch it into the screen, so I'm just gonna play it as is, playing 80% of Burnout Legends. I don't even think it's worth turning on the FPS counter because I'm pretty sure it would get cut off. I'll be Compact Type 2. Everyone knows Compact Type 2. Well, this is feeling good. Is this upscaled? This feels upscaled already. It's really crisp. Yeah. Starting off with a takedown. Takedown number 2 is coming up. I was taken out. Did not see that coming. I would blame some of this off of the fact that I don't have an analog stick, but let's be honest, the PSP analog stick was a suggestion, and the D-pad in a lot of cases was about as accurate. Oh, we are flying. Oh, we are going to plummet into them. Oh no! I was so ready for my takedown. I was so excited for it. I also see in this particular game, it'll play really well except for when you're crashing, and then it will show some slowdown, but I have crashed a couple of times, as you know, and have not seen problems with that. Oh, there's the crash. Yep, I didn't see any slowdown there. Love getting accidental revenge. Okay, PSP is flying. Now that we've been gaming on some pretty heavier ones, I will say this backplate is getting rather warm. It's not hot, it's just warm. I just notice it. Like, down here is fine. I feel nothing there, nothing there. This gives it some sturdiness. It makes it feel very premium. And the only part I feel it on is like the side of my fingers. I'm holding on the bumpers there, so I do not mind. It's just this whole scenario here, the cutting off. And so if I find a solution for that after filming this video, I'll either throw it on the screen or throw it in the description, so take a look at that. And if one of you have the fix for that, I will gladly pin a comment in your honor, so do send that. Let's check out a little NDS action. I feel like DS shouldn't require this much loading time. Can this stand on its own? Well, that's delightful. Can it stand on its head? That's important to know. Okay, nothing's happening. How do I bail on a game? Menu start. Okay, we are just gonna power this guy down because DS did not like that. So one little nugget we must try is when we're on the games screen, press start. Whoa, oh, it did it. Okay, this is what I've been looking for. Was this more condensed view? You can make it real tiny. Wow. As for why it's jumping so much is super weird. It's like it's jumping 2 at a time. Is that because I have it set to some... It's like an analog mode. Okay. So blue is intense. Yellow is more doable. Lavender is more doable. Is this like a sensitivity setting for how much this is gonna jump, and that's why Bug's Life felt kind of slow? I think it's exactly that. That is extremely helpful to know. I think we're figuring this sucker out. Okay, so now if we go back into DS, can we change the core, or is this just doomed? Oh, Drastic SDL2 mod. So that didn't like it. Let's try just vanilla Drastic. Already looking better. How do I switch out of stylus mode? This button. Oh, that is it. Stylus. Clickety click. Stylus and clickety click. So when in doubt, mess with this button and those lights. Okay, so when we're in lavender mode. Lavender mode seems to be where I want to be. Wow, I need a number of more laps to redeem this round. Okay, let's grab a box. How did I miss a box again? Yoshi. Oh, this is a really bad round. Come on, Bullet Bill. Come on, Bullet Bill. Okay. Gonna have to use that very carefully, and we already fell for that. Oh, goodness. Oh, that was abysmal. But DS is running beautifully, like expected with the whole L2 to shift. You can change around your stylus thing, and then the typically very tiny drastic menu. But that worked great. So I don't know what's up with the modded version, but hopefully that's maybe just a bug that can be fixed. I'm sure it would have performed even better with that mods working, but did not work for me. I think the last guy we need to test out is a little bit of Dreamcast, because I see there were some changes for StockMix that made Dreamcast behave better. Let's see. First off, I love that the BIOS is included, because whenever I can see the BIOS boot, that's sick. Frame rates 60, 50, 42, 51. Looking silky so far. So weird playing the Dreamcast version of this game. I'm super used to the PS1 version. Let's play as our boy Plo Koon. 59, 59. Oh no, I killed the surface droid. What's run? Oh wait. So is this a chance to hit? Go into blue mode. And now we're running. We can see the speeds change up here actually. Wow, he's really, really following us. Yeah, so yellow, lavender. Thanks for following me here. Blue, yellow, lavender, blue, yellow. Okay, so it definitely is a sensitivity setting. Okay, so my camera straight up died while I was recording that, but as we saw, we were getting a pretty dang smooth 60 on Dreamcast, which is very impressive. And we also saw that this is indeed a fake analog speed changer thing. Maybe someone knows the more correct answer to that. One weird thing was that right when the video cut off, I had it set to one of the modes, and then going back left wasn't really working, and then I had to flip it over. So it's really a trial and error game of what color mode will work for the game you're playing. In something like Jedi Power Battles, I want to always be running, unless I'm in a very particular platforming mode, and then I can just switch it off. Overall, I think that's a pretty useful feature, even if it confused the crap out of me for quite a while. A few other things worth mentioning about this handheld: it's got a 3000 mAh battery, which should get us about 5 to 6 hours of charge. Wait, is Super Star Wars just Metal Slug? Oh wait, no, is it Metal Slug or is it Super C? I still can't get over just how glossy that screen is. No analog stick is a bummer, but at least they thought about it with this whole mode switcher things. And we didn't even get into the fact that this has Portmaster support, as well as Moonlight over here in the apps, which we tested on the SmartUI Pro, and we know that both those work very well. But overall, this device runs fantastic, both with the hardware and also the StockMix operating system we chose. I'm really curious to see how that compares to something like MinUI or Newly Firefly. So if you want to see other operating systems on this handheld, let me know. But thank you so much to Mech DIY for sending over this handheld. I very much enjoyed playing with it, and we'll be playing with it a lot more because, yeah, I don't know, it's so cute, yet solid, yet sleek feeling, yet kind of toyish, so I don't feel like I'm lugging around something big. The pocketability is a factor. Some of these handhelds, over here, I have just chilling nearby, this Ambernet guy here. I wouldn't put this in my pocket. I'm worried about this joystick. I wouldn't use it as much, whereas this little guy, based on our benchmarks, might even be able to push a little more than the Ambernet in some cases, and it just fits in my pocket. And it's got this metal plate and these LEDs, and I can change out the bumpers and mysterious double USB-C port. It's hard to pinpoint, but yeah, this one just definitely feels more premium than this guy, as much as I love all my Ambernet handhelds. But I'm curious what you guys think. Are you a fan of the TrimUI Brick? Have you picked one up for yourself? Or do you have a different retro handheld as part of your daily carry? If you want to help out the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down there, and I'll see you guys in the next one.